Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Serpent Studio. So folks, it's time to slatter into another wild adventurer because today we are going to talk about Anaconda 5. Yes, that's right. Just when you thought the massive man-eating serpent has been taken a break, they are back with a vengeance. But was it worth the return? Did this sequel squeeze out a thrilling surprises experiences, or is it just another forgettable addition to the franchise? Well, stick around because we are about to find it all out. So, before we sink our teeth into the latest entry, let's take a quick trip down to the memory lane. Anaconda franchise kicked off in 1997 with the first film starring Jennifer Lopez, Ice Cube, and John Whitehall. It It was a creative feature that balanced horror, adventure, and some truly wild performances. The success led to multiple sequences with Anaconda, The Hunt of the Blood Orchid, Orchid in 2004, expanding the lore. Then came Anaconda 3, Offsprings, and Anaconda 4, Trail of Blood, which were, let's just say, more about the creature chaos than strong storytelling. So, where does Anaconda 5 fit in? Uh, Without giving it too much, let's keep it spoiler free between you and me. And Anaconda 5 takes us back into the heart of the jungle, where a team of explorers and mercenaries find themselves tangled literally and figuratively in a new deadly encounter with these giant serpents. The movie leans into a mix of survival, horror, and action, upcoming the ante with new threats and even bigger stakes. But does the story hold up? Or is it just another excuse for CGI snakes too much on people? And one thing the Anaconda film have always been always done is bring in some interesting casting choices. This time around, we get a mix of familiar faces and a fresh talent. The lead characters have to deal with the terrifying threat, and while some performances stand out, others, well, let's just say they get overshadowed by the CGI monsters. So, without spoiling anything, there are some fun actions movement, a few eye-rolling decision, and at least one character isn't making it to the end. So, now let's talk about the visuals. The original Anaconda film had a mix of particular effects and early CGI that, let's be real, hasn't aged too well. But does Anaconda 5 improve on that? Well, kind of. The CGI is definitely more polished than some of the earlier sequels, but there are still moments where it's looked like a little quite the off. However, the action scenes, you say, they are quite the intense. There are some truly heart pounding chase scenes sequences, and if you are a fan of the over the top creature attacks, you won't be disappointed on any point. So, what about the score and scare factory? Is Anaconda 5 actually scary? Or is it just another popcorn monster flick? Well, it's a bit of both. In a sense, there are some effective tension building moments, especially when the characters are being hunted in the dark. But if you are expecting full blown horror, you might be left wanting more. The film leans more into action thriller territory than straight up horror. So, alright, let's break it all down. The strength of Anaconda 5. It delivers on creature action, has some fun set pieces, and doesn't take itself too seriously. The weakness, well, the story is pretty predictable. Some characters feel underdeveloped, and while the CGI has improved, let's just say it's still not quite blockbuster level. But hey, if you come for giant snakes carnage, you are expecting and getting exactly that. Now, let's put Anaconda 5 up against other creature feature classic. How does it compare to films like Deep Blue Sea, Lake Lake Placid, or even Jurassic Park? Well, it's definitely one in line with B movie fun rather than high budget creature epics. But that's the part of charm. If you are someone who enjoys over the top monster action, this movie will hit the spot. But if you are looking for deep storytelling or Oscar worthy performances, well, you might want to adjust your expectations. So, with Anaconda 5 out, is this the end of the franchise, or are we getting to see even more? Given Hollywood's love for reboots, and sequences, I wouldn't be surprised if we get another installment, or maybe even a crossover with another creature franchise. And can you imagine Anaconda versus Megalodon? Now that would be something, but it's just a predict. So is Anaconda 5 worth watching? Well, if you are a fan of creature featuring and features and love a good gritty pleasure monster movie, then it's an absolute yes. It's kinda a fun ride, but if you are looking for something groundbreaking or truly terrifying, you might want to slither away to something else. It's a solid popcorn flick, best enjoying with friends and some over the top reactions. And yes, the original Anaconda film had a mix of particular effects and early CGI that, let's be real, hasn't aged too well, but does Anaconda 5 improve on that? Well, it's kind of 50-50. The CGI is definitely more polished than some of the earlier sequels, but there are still moments where it still looks a little off than the old ones. However, the action scenes they are quite the intense. There are some truly heart pounding chases, sequences, and if you are a fan of the over the top creature attacks, You won't be disappointed at this point. And yes, that's a wrap on our review of Anaconda 5. What do you think? Did this movie deliver what you needed, or did it miss the mark? Well, drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more epic reviews. So, until the next time, stay safe and watch out for giant snakes. Thank you.